Good morning. We are in lesson 142 this morning of A Course in Miracles. We are in a review phase, and the review that we are doing for this is My Mind Holds Only What I Think with God. And the two lessons that we are focusing on are 123, I Thank My Father for His Gifts to Me, and 124, Let Me Remember I Am One with God. Those are the only instructions that we have. We're just reminded to hold the idea that our mind thinks only what we think with God and allow the other two lessons to sort of permeate that knowingness and see where our meditation takes us as we do 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening, and then throughout the day, just pausing and contemplating those ideas. Well, let's see what Tina Spalding's channelings tell us. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. In the worldly interpretation of this, it seems such a strange thing to say that my mind only contains the things I think with God. You have an incorrect definition of God, so it does not make sense given that definition. Your definition describes a being separate from you, who does not communicate with you. Why would you think with God when you are completely separated from that which you believe it is? He is all that is. The truth is, God speaks to you through your heart, your passions, and your love. That is the energy you share with your Creator. You are created in the image of God, which means you share His wonderful creative nature. You share His alignment with love. You are made of love, from love, and for love. When you love something, you are in a place of absolute joy, thinking, I would not rather be anyplace else. You could be reading this book you adore, walking with the grandchild, holding hands, and throwing the ball for your dog. That is God's will for you, to be happy. Now, in your society, you are trained to think that a spiritual life must be ambitiously spiritual in the sense that you must run retreats or that you must be a teacher or whatever. This is not true. You can live your life happily through following your guidance and intuition, doing things you love, making your life your investment, and spending time with yourself. Get to know yourself and the things in your mind that do not serve you. This is God's will for you. Wake up and align with love. You are led by your guidance system through negative and positive feedback. You receive negative feedback when you go off track. That means you feel bad. And when you are on track and closer to love, you feel good. It's very simple. The ego and your training programs have made it very complicated. You are in alignment with God when you feel good and you are happy. We must add a warning here. Only when no drugs, alcohol, or substances are involved and you are engaged in the natural world. It can make you very happy to sit up all night and watch Netflix, but that is more of a pleasure. It can make you very happy to sit up all night smoking pot, but that is more of a pleasure. It involves a physical stimulus of the body that distracts you from suffering, so you seem to feel better. We are speaking about things like natural creativity, conversations with good friends, hanging out with your family and loved ones, being in nature, and using your self-expression in whatever way feels good for you. We want you to understand there are many pleasures in your society that make you temporarily happy, but not permanently. Your happiness wanes as soon as you stop doing that thing, taking that drug, or drinking that drink. We seek happiness that is gentler and has more of a heartfelt nature. Many of you have contaminated ideas early on in your studies of A Course in Miracle, and you say, well, it makes me happy to watch TV, so I'm going to do it. Well, if that's what you believe, then it's important for you to align with your beliefs. As you watch television and listen to the news broadcasts or the horror stories about death and destruction around the planet, if you are honest with yourself, you will go internally and say, this actually isn't making me happy. It's a habit I have. It's something I've always done. It's something I believe I should do to be informed, but when I go in and connect to my frequency, happiness is not what I'm feeling. Be really honest with yourself about what aligns with God's will for you, something that comes from deep within you, a simple pleasure in the natural world. Understand the contrived stimuli of your society are not what we speak about here. Your thoughts will go through a similar process. They will be material focused, ambition focused, and worry about what other people think of you focused. When you go into your emotional guidance system, you realize those thoughts do not necessarily make you feel good. They may motivate you to be a workaholic or some such thing, but they are not good feeling thoughts. Good feeling thoughts are loving, kind, gentle, and eventually, no thoughts. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you again tomorrow. We have so much that we do in society to try and look the right way and feel the right way and do the right things and follow the right trends. And we stop listening to our intuition. I find that as I get older and talk to people who, as they get older, they begin to listen more to themselves and a little less to trends. And there are those who don't. And there are those, who are much younger who don't follow trends. That is when we begin to dress so that we are comfortable, not so that we just look good. In one movie I watched with my kids once upon a time, the line was beauty knows no pain. And there is society that dictates how we should appear and disregards how we are actually feeling. This is a lesson in kind of disregarding a little bit what society deems as good or bad or right or wrong or acceptable or unacceptable. Um, and it says you've got to listen to your heart. You've got to make your own decisions. Be grateful that you have the capacity to listen to your internal guidance, to listen to your body and how you feel. When your body is feeling pain, when you have that sick feeling in the pit of your stomach, you're off track. You're not in alignment with your true self. Some of that anxiety can be ego driven, but it's giving you the alert that you need to figure out where the disconnect is. It's not necessarily that you're making a wrong decision, but it may be you are looking at it from a skewed perspective. We are beings who have been caught up in the ego world, and I'm trying to think of the other line right now, so I'm going to look at my book. Let me remember I'm one with God. We forget that we come from a place of spirit. We are not these physical bodies. And if we understood that we were one with God, we would not question everything that we do and everything that we say so much. We would listen again with our heart and we would choose love naturally. And so when we thank God for our gifts, we can begin to realize that each of us plays a different role. And even if there are 15 people doing the same job, as one person put it, can't credit the author, I don't know who said it, your fingerprints will be all over it though. We all do the same thing, but there are these little innate, beautiful nuances that we place on whatever we do. And so we all read the same story, but we're going to put different inflections and different tones and just a little bit different spin. It's going to feel differently. And so allow yourself to express yourself to your world and know that what is yours will come to you and what is not really doesn't matter for you. And so if you focus on the love will come. Allow your mind to connect with your God self. It is the most beautiful place you can be. Have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.